Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 mistakes I made in my first few businesses. Some of the things I wish I'd known. So if you want to know more about those, keep watching. My name is Mojo. Now, one of the first mistakes I made was not being clear about my target audience. So one of my first businesses was I set up as an accountancy practice. So I'll be the one going to a networking event, in fact any network event, and handing out my business cards. I spoke to be honest, anybody and everybody there, which was a big mistake. So I wasn't clear about the target audience. What kind of group of people did I want to help? That could have been an accountant that works with people in the media industry, retail, online business, lawyers, health and social care. It could have been any sector, teachers, IR35s, but I wasn't clear. So I was going to these meetings, just giving out my card, saying, I'll help you with your accounts. And another thing I didn't have was structure. So even if you came up to me and you asked me if you belong to any one of these people I actually approached and asked me what the structure was, I just had a general structure. I didn't have the depth of any kind of business sector. I was a generalist, right? So jack of all, master of none. Now, choosing a target audience I found to be crucial. One of the reasons I didn't choose, obviously, was because I didn't want to miss anybody out. I felt that, I think it's a lack mentality, that if I decided to choose one niche, I would lose out on all the other potential customers. But that's not true, because having a niche would have meant that when I went to a networking event, for a start, when I went to a networking event, it would be a networking event that comprised of my target audience. So, for example, if I had decided to concentrate on lawyers, easy, right? I'd go to a networking event of lawyers. Or even if I went to a general networking event, I'll be looking out for the lawyers in the room and introducing myself to them. And even if they didn't want my services at the time, they could keep my card or recommend me to someone who might. Now here I am being specific. Now, many reasons why a lot of us don't choose target audiences. It does take time, because to choose a target audience, you need to research that, understand them, understand their problems, what they need, the kind of language they use, so that when you begin to put your marketing material together, you're speaking to that target audience. In fact, as a marketer, you need to have an avatar, which means you understand that one person who represents your target audience. That's the age, kind of job they do, how much they earn, where they live, their hobbies, what they read, where they spend their time online. Now that we have social media, or even when they're offline, where do they go and what kind of papers do they read? All this information helps us to put together the image of an avatar. So when we come to market our things, as we do a lot of online, it's so much easier. When you go to networking events as well, it's also easier. So when they ask the question, what do you do? You're able to answer with, I help so that they can run a better business. Whatever that is, you'll be able to explain in detail without hesitation. So one of the second mistakes I made was I wasn't clear of the difference between the features of my products and the benefits. Now, nobody comes to you for the features, right? Everybody wants benefits. So if I employ you or take you on as a consultant, what do I get? So the third mistake I made was around time versus money. So I spent a lot of time doing those things that I could have actually given out to somebody else who could have done it for less than I actually charge for my time. So one of my businesses, I actually set up my own website. That took me a long time. There's a lot of design and graphic work I do as well. So yes, I've learned these skills, but I could have spent more time on my business instead of learning these skills. A lot of research as well. So I do a lot of research to develop my material. A lot of this as well I could have delegated out, but I wanted to save money, so instead I spent quite a lot of time doing that. So this is another thing that I've learned, that listen, you can build a business one of two ways. You can either put a lot of time into it, which will take you time, or put some money into it. One of the ways as well that you can spend money is either getting experts who can help you, or even an accountability coach, somebody who can hold you accountable for your time. Because if you did pay somebody to make sure that you did the things that you were going to do on time, you're more likely to do those things. I found myself, a lot of times, sometimes I'll be busy but not as productive as I would like to be, and also that impacted on my income. I found planning a bit difficult as well, because I wasn't sure how long I was going to take to do any one of these tasks. So having a plan and trying to understand those things that you can actually delegate to others is very important. Now, a test that I actually did, which helped me to understand why I spend so much time doing admin, because I do not like the minutiae, I don't like admin. I did the 16 personalities test, which I ask all my students, all my coaches or clients to do, because it helps them to understand those things they enjoy doing and those they don't, so they can actually delegate those tasks out. Now, the fourth mistake I made in business was around marketing. Yes. Now, my marketing was not as fine-tuned as it could be. So my marketing consisted of going to networking events. I actually collaborated with another lady running a women's networking event. She ran it once a month, and I did actually put quite a lot of effort into it. So I'd invite a lot of people, but the problem again was my target audience. They weren't really defined, so I wasn't qualifying the people coming. So I was holding these meetings, but it was just really like a community thing, because I didn't really get much out of it. Most of the people coming were small businesses struggling themselves to survive, so they couldn't really afford my services. Now, I enjoyed doing it, but it didn't do much. Another thing I did actually have was a mailing list. So I did all these networking events I went to. Remember, no target audience. I used to take a lot of emails and I'll send these newsletters out, but remember, I didn't have a target audience, so a lot of people who received my newsletters would read them, but I wasn't really getting much back, because if you don't have a defined target audience, your marketing will not produce the results you need. So that was one area I struggled with. And when I started going out to visit people or visit businesses trying to offer my services, I still wasn't clear about my marketing. So I was doing it kind of geographically without identifying the key needs, maybe the problems of this target audience. I was not clear, so that really affected my marketing. So if you are going to do any form of marketing, make sure you identify your target audience so you are able to market to them. And I did talk extensively about what you need to know about your target audience, because if you don't get that down pat, it's going to affect your marketing, and it did affect my marketing. Now, one of the final mistakes I made, it wasn't really a mistake, but it's something that affected my business. And a lot of people might look at me and think, it can't be true, but it's true. My confidence, I didn't have that, confidence. And remember, confidence affects everything you do. So it stopped me or prevented me from setting the right goals. It stopped me from going to the right people, because I felt that probably I'm not able to help these people, because these people probably do not have enough confidence in me, because I didn't have any. So not having this confidence and the mindset to believe that I could actually achieve this business also affected the growth of the business, and it kind of stopped me from doing the things I needed to do. Because, so for instance, I'll be going to a networking event, I'll get there and find out that a lot of the people have been running businesses longer than me, and just because I'd started, I felt I didn't have the history or the experience or knowledge to be able to, rub shoulders with them. So that affected me, affected my sales, my marketing a lot. So I think mindset in business and confidence, being confident in yourself. And what they say about Not knowing these things yet, you need to fake it till you make it. You need to come across like, yeah, you're really good at what you do, because the only way you would really learn. So guys, I hope you found those 5 mistakes useful, and of course they are not exhaustive, so if you have any mistakes that you would like to share, please leave them down below, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.